organizations. In 2011, we got an invitation from the government of Italy to participate in the first Indian and Italian schools network, which was held in Venezia, Italy. That year, we participated in an International Friendship Week in Singapore. And ever since that, we've been participating in International Friendships Weeks held in Denmark, Japan, and recently in the Czech Republic. To commemorate the 25th year of our school, which is its Silver Jubilee celebrations a few years ago, we organized an International Friendship Week in India, hosted by my school, and we were proud to have schools from Denmark, France, and New Zealand participating. And for the past 6 years, it's been getting better and better. On an average, we have more than 10 to 12 delegations from our school going out of the country, and 10 to 12, and in return, 10 to 12 schools from other countries coming and visiting. I'm not saying that, please, that visiting a foreign country is globalization. Please, that's not it. But it is a big step in a positive way. In 2013, 3 exchange programs with Singapore, Malaysia, and a green camp which was held in Philippines. Then in 2014, 6 exchanges, jumped from 3 exchanges to 6 exchanges, and one scientist camp. The countries were Singapore, Italy, Greece, Hungary, Sweden, Turkey, and the scientist camp was in Malaysia. By that year, around about 50 students and around about 10 to 12 teachers benefited from these exchange programs. 2015, 5 exchanges and 3 summits were attended. Singapore, Slovenia, Estonia, Vietnam, Germany, and a National Disaster Youth Summit, and a Butterfly Symposium in Philip, an I-EARN conference in St. Pölten, that is Austria. 2016, 5 exchanges plus summits and conferences. There's an ICYS, which is called the International Conference of Young Scientists. This was held in Romania, France, Slovakia, Greece, and in Japan there was a Natural Disaster Summit. In Malaysia, a symposium with more than 15 students and 2 teachers attending. Russia was on exchange, and Sweden again was an exchange. 2017, we had 7 exchanges and 2 conferences. I won't repeat the names again and again, but Slovakia was a new entrant, and we had an International Friendship Week in Japan. And we had the ICYS this year in Germany. 2018 has just begun, the academic session, and children have already been to Denmark. We had 5 students along with a teacher who went for an International Friendship Week in Prague, Czech Republic. Then a group has been to France, Sweden, Portugal, Italy, Russia, Hungary, all on the cards, and an I-EARN conference in USA. More than 150 students would be participating in these face-to-face global exchange programs. But this is not globalization, as I just said. This is not globalizing the education in your school. It is making your children aware of what is going on around the world and being able to understand and appreciate the culture of people around the world. We have online projects with I-EARN, with ASEF, with the Weimar Classic Foundation in Germany. My children end up meeting diplomats and ambassadors. Prior to taking them to any outside destination for a global exchange, we always contact the embassy concerned, and the embassy is so kind to allow my children to get a proper interaction with them and to get to know more about the country before they go. When they return, they prepare a project about the country they have visited, and they come back and they go and submit it to the embassy itself. So the children are learning so many things by meeting diplomats and ambassadors. Books, collective books, online books are prepared, in which I'll even tell you about certain projects which we've had. We had a project called the Chronicle of Stamps, something which we thought of. Children collected stamps of India and traced the history of our country through our stamps. We requested our partnering countries to do the same. All these were placed on an online magazine, and children from India learned so much about the history, the geography, and the political science of that particular country. When children visit other countries, their myths are broken. They have certain preconceived notions that how people in different countries behave. And they realize that children all over the world are the same. Students love music, they love sports, they love fun and games, and that's common throughout the world. They learn to appreciate their traditions, their family life. They learn to accept the differences and embrace the similarities. I feel that by helping my children gain an international edge with this globalization of education, I am helping to make them better citizens of this country and better citizens of the world, and spreading peace, friendship, building bridges of friendship. And these begin right from class 4 and 5, because they begin their projects. All these projects cannot take the place of the established curriculum, by the way. So it is integrated in their social science, in their language and literature which they study in the school. We try to merge it with the curriculum which CBSE expects us to follow, and the children gain another dimension. They experience another dimension of coming closer, making the world a smaller place and a better place. I've not come here just to talk about my school. I've come here because I want to tell you it's not difficult. If you set your mind to it, I don't have a big budget at my disposal to spend on these things, but we make plans, and we think of ways and means in which, on a tight budget, we are able to handle all these things, and in the process, the students of St. Mark's School, Mirabag, are gaining a better understanding of the world and maybe becoming better human beings in the process. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for such an elaborate and incisive commentary on what St. Mark's School, Mirabag, has accomplished. This is probably in the spirit of what Professor K.K. Agrawal accomplished with meager resources. Just the vision need to be there. And at a time when the world is shrinking because of technology, internationalization of education from the perspective of learning from the global best practices is something which almost every educational institution should give a priority towards. And Madam's profile in the Progressive Principles of India coffee table book is enormously elaborate, and we will keep on getting illumined from her. Our next speaker for this session is Madam Namrata Jha, who is the Executive Director India at the Duke University. We would like to know from Madam as to what eye-to-eye partnerships Duke University in particular and the American ecosystem in general can offer to the larger Indian educational ecosystem, both higher as well as school. Because in the spirit of let noble thoughts come to us from all directions, we would like to have learnings from across the globe. I request Ma'am Jha to please address the audience.